Hello, what about you? Welcome to Driven by Decky. Now, this isn't just an EV, this is the Kia EV3, and it is quite possibly one of the coolest things that Kia has ever made. Here we are. Welcome to the interior of the Kia EV3, which is stunning, by the way. Now, I know people are a wee bit funny about having cream leather, but I think it just pops beautifully with the grey leather. I mean, look at the steering wheel. It looks luxury. You wouldn't get that in some real high-class luxury cars. You wouldn't get that kind of quality. Really, really nice. And the stitching around it is just beautiful. You can tell Kia really take pride, good on there, in their interiors. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some like sort of scratchy plastic around the driver and passenger door bins, but it's a Kia, it's not a Bentley, you know what I mean? I mean, all here's pretty soft, all here's very, very nice, well built. You've got this IKEA table that pops out where you can chop onions or, I don't know, chop potatoes or make stew or something like that, but you've got a full-on table. Now, it's handy because you can put your laptop on here, you can work away when you pull over to have a charge, or, you know, you can have an arm wrestle, or, I don't know, whatever you want to use that for. It folds away. You've got buttons on it too. This armrest is so comfortable. You've got a smashing infotainment system. I mean, it's so easy to work. It's got your Android Auto, your Apple CarPlay, everything you need. And the climate control, now, this is a funny one. And I want to praise Kia, but at the same time sort of go, Kia. You've got a separate screen altogether for your climate control here, right? Which is a tiny little touchscreen. Now, when I'm driving and I look at the climate control, I can't really see it because this left side of the steering wheel is blocking it. However, totally forgiven for that, Kia, because you've given us little knobs to control the climate with. Along the bottom here, you've got temperature control for the passenger, for the driver. You've got a mode which changes it from face on to window to feet to everything, and then you've got a little fan speed control here too. So I mean, I don't really need to touch that, you know. And 9 times out of 10, any climate control that comes up on the screen, you don't want that sitting on your screen anyway. You want to go back to your music or your CarPlay screen or something like that, you know. You also get very inspiring sounds with the Kia. So here's Lively Forest. Here is Sailing on a Ship. You don't fancy that? Hold on, you fancy something a wee bit more chilled. Let's go for Warmth in Winter, even though it's August. Go for a snooze. So it looks good and the interior is nice, but the other big question is it economical? Because most people move to EVs to try and save money on petrol and fuel. And the answer to that is a simple one. Yeah, it really is. It does up to 372 miles on a full charge. Not only that, if you're on a long journey and you do need to stop to recharge, it charges up to 80% in under half an hour, which is fairly good timing wise. You also get a cracking size boot on the EV3. Really no complaints out of the boot size from me. And then it's fairly easy to fit a child seat. I mean, I've been carting my wee girl about in this car all week and it's been no problem whatsoever. In fact, if you fancy a Kia EV3 Air, which is the entry-level model of this car, which is still kidded beyond belief, you can get one. Kia Charleshurst Newton Abbey, between you and me and the four walls, have a wee offer on this at the minute, right? And they're going to give you a £3,750 finance deposit contribution, which is pretty generous. And you could be driving out of the showroom in one of these cars. So you're getting all this tech, style and range for under 35k. Kia have just flipped the EV game.